Welcome to the feature presentation of glassblowing, the making of a paperweight. Let's start at the beginning. These are blowpipes, the main tool you use when blowing glass. They are hollow. This is the furnace. It is kept at 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. Inside a ceramic pot, which is inside the furnace, is the molten glass. The molten glass is the consistency of honey right now. Next we have the frit. This is colored chips of glass used to color the main part of the glass. I'll be making a flower paperweight. It will look like it has flowers inside. They're very pretty. This is the glory hole. It's a 2000 degree chamber used to reheat the glass and make it more malleable so we can use more tools to affect it. You'll notice the yellow sleeves I have on. Those are Kevlar, the same thing bulletproof vests are made out of. They'll protect my arms from the heat. You'll also notice I'm wearing special glasses. These filter out UV light and make it so I can see the glass better in the fire. I'm heading back to the bench now, where I will do the main portion of my work. You have to constantly roll glass to keep it level. I'm using a file to point the stems of the flowers in. As I mentioned before, this is going to be a flower paperweight. I use cherrywood blocks soaked in water. The glass rides on a cushion of steam which shapes it into a more round state. This is a few minutes later after the glass has cooled. I'm going to dip it in molten glass again. We call this a gather. This is so a bubble will catch in each of the pockets I made, making it look more like a flower. Notice how far the glass is onto the blowpipe. I need to shape it off of the blowpipe so that it's easier to break off later. I also use the blocks to create a jack line. I'll show you what the jacks are later. These are the jacks. These are what we call the round jacks because the blades are, well, round. We'll use this to create a jack line which we then use to break off. Here I'm coming out of the glory hole. The glory hole is even hotter than the furnace at 2300 degrees, so that the glass will become molten much faster. These are the flat jacks. We use a cutting action with these to get the glass closer to the blowpipe narrower so the break-off will be easier. Here I'm using the block again. I'm pushing it back onto the blowpipe so it'll create a base for the paperweight to sit on. I'll use the flat jacks again. This is where you can really see the cutting movement. The glass is getting cold, so I'm going to reheat it more. Here I'm going to use the jacks again to get a better jack line. I'm going to use the blocks again to give it a really nice round shape, also to give it a nice polish. And this is the finished product. Mind you, that the glass will not look exactly like this because the colors are heated, so they'll have a slightly different look. After letting the glass cool some, it's off to the break-off table. Here, I'll use a cement tool so it will break off more easily. Then, with a downward motion, I'll hit the glass at the same time, creating a break-off. This is a very clean break-off. Sometimes they can be very messy. I'll use a MAP gas torch to heat the glass to give the bottom a nice shine, also to make it flat so it'll sit evenly on the table. Remember, I'm wearing the glasses so I can see through that fire. To me it looks like the glass is just sitting there, with a light flame around it. Here I'm using the smoothing tool to give the glass a flat bottom. Notice I'm wearing the glove. This is to protect my hands from the intense heat of inside the annealer. The annealer is 925 degrees. Slowly, over 12 hours, it will cool down to room temperature to relieve the glass of any stress so it doesn't crack. And there you have it, a how-to on how to make a paperweight. Thank you for watching. Here, I'll show you how to make a Prince Rupert drop. Prince Rupert had glassblowers make these so he could throw them at peasants. Here, I turn the glass on the shelf of the furnace to create more of a round ball. This will form a Prince Rupert drop more easily. I hang it over the bucket, and voila! Instant Prince Rupert drop. Thank you for watching.